I think that the kind of curiosity and questing nature of some of the people who come to divinity school um, is related to the curiosity and questing nature that makes good writers. When I was a student at HDS, I was coming in after doing an MFA in creative writing and poetry at another school, and there'd been a great community of writers there that I'd really enjoyed talking about poetry with and talking about literature with. And so I got to HDS and I was meeting wonderful people, but I was missing that sort of literary community. And so I talked to some other people that I knew were inclined that way, and we ended up starting a creative writing club, basically. We'd try to meet on a weekly basis and maybe do some poetry prompts or like read some things that we'd worked on already and just talk. So Shira Bloor is one of the people who came regularly to those. We became friends through that. And really, it was Shira who, around the time I was graduating from HDS, started Peripheries as a journal of art and literature based at the CSWR, and drew on some of those same people who'd been in the club to help out with editing. It started out a little thinner, I think, the first time. Love this cover of a murmuration. And it's grown up over the years. So my involvement with Peripheries has been a little peripheral, but I've been an occasional contributor, and I've also been an assistant poetry editor. There are so many literary journals out there, right? And I think that one of the things that makes Peripheries special is the kind of range of concerns that are brought to it. Obviously, literary quality, but I think being situated at the Center for the Study of World Religions, having Shira, who is interested in philosophy as well as religion, as an editor, and all the other people involved in editing it, means that it's the literary quality is there, but also a range of different. I want to use ecumenical to mean not just across religions, but across fields, across disciplines, across the arts. A concern for the intellectual alongside the artistic, even though it is very much a journal of literature and art. So I think that does make it special. Journals that stick around for a long time, I think it can be difficult sometimes to remain really open to new stuff coming in, new writers that you haven't heard of, and I really appreciate that about Peripheries. That you never know who you're going to see in there. It's not just the same, the usual suspects over and over. Also connected with Peripheries and the kind of poetry program at CSWR, there have been sessions with visiting poets who will come and give a reading and or talk about their own work, and also then separately have a little workshop with poets where they talk about their poems. So I've been able to attend a couple of those with, for instance, Fred Moten, who's just incredible. I just look up to him so much as a writer, and especially as a talker. You should be lucky enough to hear Fred Moten just talk sometime. And Brenda Shaughnessy, Kavi Akbar. So that's been really wonderful also to be able to hear these visiting writers share their work and talk to them briefly about your own, get their comments on a poem. So I'm lucky that I'm able to kind of dip back into the community now and again, even though I have graduated.